Hello everyone, Scott here. Today's video I'm going to be covering building a 7 or 8 figure vacation rental business. So we're not looking at small individual properties, we're looking at building something here that has massive value as a brand that's going to go up in price and has multiple units. Now this is a little case study I'm going to use here, built around a conversation I had this morning. Someone saying, Scott, if I had it was a different country, but let's say it was roughly the equivalent of £10 million in the UK. What would we do and how would we build that? We don't just want to buy properties, we want to build something special. So this came up in the news feed today. So let's look at this. We're talking, it's going to be 8 figures, so 7 figures is going to take us into the millions, but we need tens of millions for this approach. And it answers the question that I got asked earlier today, and something the team get a lot from international investors. How would we structure something that was £10 million, $15 million? Now, I'm going to use this. Now, in itself, unremarkable, and I say that not in any derogatory way. This is a cracking property, and I actually love it. But here, we're using this as a framework for a £10 million, $15 million business. Well, let me tell you how we got to this. There was a little news article, and this is just a group of lodges. Normally, I like to do Scotland, but this is in Wales. But this here was acquired. Let me find a news article. Yeah, it's a nice news article this morning that fit in well with this. And this is a site here. So there's these little properties here are there in the site. Now, someone has just acquired this for 1.3 million. So they've bought it. A company has bought it for 1.3 million, and they plan to spend another 1.5 million. So they've got this site, which I assume would just be this, the middle part rather than the industrial warehouses, but maybe it's all the site, I don't know. But the purchase price of buying this business, this existing business here with 7 lodges for 1.3 million is a great starting point. And when we're looking at this, all these cottages in the same area, there are it can sleep up to 34 people, but there's other things. So there's other areas for group booking. So there's lots of different things we could do with this. So buying that itself for 1.3 million is a nice buy. And that's why I said that I love this property. They're just great properties. They're all in one place to start. But this person has built a brand out of this. So it isn't just a holiday cottage. It's 7 in the one place. You'll have heard me say in other videos, clustering together makes sense. You can employ one cleaner for that. You can have a maintenance man. There's lots of things you can do. Having those 7 properties in the one place gets us up economies of scale, economies of scope. We can spend marketing for 7 properties with the budget of 1. So if we had 7 different properties all over the UK or the world, we'd need 7 marketing budgets, but we can actually condense our marketing spend here, get repeat guests, get larger groups, loads of things we can do with this. So this is the property that this company has bought. Now, if we dig a little bit deeper and have a look at the company, then it is this group here. Let me shut this down. So this group here have bought this and they've put it onto their portfolio. So if we have a little look, they can see these locations here. So Anglesey, I think they've just bought. See if that's the one they've just bought, but they're obviously building on what they have already. So if we imagine that each one of these sites or bullet points is the equivalent of this, then what they're doing is they're taking that £1.3 million site, they're investing pretty much the same again to make it better, to increase the value of that property. They're perhaps adding more accommodation on, some other facilities, could be a wedding venue, I haven't looked into it, but what they're doing is taking that and instantly adding value. They're investing into it. So they're improving on what's there. And they've got all these other sites as well. So not only is this site getting economies of scale of having 7 units in the one place, this company here is building something pretty amazing, and they're getting multiple units under the one brand. Now, having 7 of those properties, or 8 or 10, increases the buying power. It just increases the value of that business. They're under one brand. It can be packaged up and resold. And having all these sites here under one brand with one management team, systemized, all working amazingly efficient, is going to be worth than the purchase price of those individually. So you can say that that property there has been bought by that group for 1.3 million, but by the nature of that being added to their portfolio, the value of that won't be 1.3 million, even if they didn't spend money. By putting that into this brand, that is adding more than 1.3 million pounds on to the brand. And that just makes sense. The buy and build strategy, let's take individual properties or businesses and put them into one entity. And that's essentially what they're doing there. So looks like a great company. They're focusing on sustainability as well. So for us, if we were building something like that, again, I would say if we get $15 million, we would do something very similar to that. Let's get some lodge sites. Let's make them amazing. Let's get existing sites like this with some land and bang some more lodges on, increasing the value of that and making money on the development. There's lots of cool things we can do. So they're eco-friendly, which is going to be a must. We can get some, sustainable power and heat pumps, all these things that probably used to get government investment for, but they'll be amazing for tax. There's lots of cool things we can do. They're establishing communities. I like that. Positive impact in the environment. It's what we want to do as well. We want to create jobs for local people. We want to do good. So my version of this for our clients would be, again, they're going for sustainability. For me, let's do good for communities. Yes, sustainability, but we can make something amazing, energy efficient, get jobs for communities. We would get something for charity there, and we would donate certain aspects of this in weeks a year to charity to do some good. So not only would this little business be amazingly profitable, but we would be doing some good for the world as a whole. So I hope that makes sense. I love these little lodges. They're really nice, and I think this was exactly the type of stuff we would buy, an existing business ready to go with 7 lodges, sleeps 34 people, and then build upon this. And as that business grows, perhaps the investor puts more money in, perhaps we refinance after a few years of getting the books and the income, then get all their cash back out, totally tax efficient. But when that landed in my inbox, or this news article landed in my inbox, it was very good timing because this was a strategy I was explaining to Anna this morning.